you ever wondered when the Supreme Court first struck down state law based on constitutional grounds? No? Well, I'm going to tell you anyways. In 1796, the Georgia legislature sold 35 million acres to private speculators for a really cheap price. But 15 out of the 16 legislatures were bribed. So, the new legislature in 1796 repealed the fraudulent grant. In 1800, a man named John Peck bought some of the land and then sold part of it to Robert Fletcher. When Fletcher later discovered that the land was void by state law, he took Peck to court.
Oh, yeah. The Fletch diggity dog was real something. He ain't taking any of that bastard land. The bribe really killed the vibe and brought the judicial tribe.
This land deal ain't making no sense, like Donald Trump trying to build a giant fence.
The Federal Circuit ruled in favor of Peck, but Fletcher was unsatisfied, so he took the case to the Supreme Court. There, he asked whether the actions taken by the 1796 Georgia legislature violated the contract laws delineated in Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution. Fletcher argued that the contract that was originally established was illegitimate, and therefore he should be exempt of all damage costs. But Peck refuted by saying that he was an innocent third party that entered into two legitimate contracts, one with the original landowners and another with Fletcher.
Fletcher ain't taking no for an answer, so he brought it right up to the Dream Supreme. The wiggity woodpecker wasn't buying it. He was innocent and didn't want none of that imprisonment.
Conflict between state and federal law, smack down like what do you era?
In a 4-1 decision, John Marshall claimed that although the bribery was deplorable, the second legislature did not have the right to repeal the grant due to the contract laws. This case was the first time that the Supreme Court had to intervene to change a state law, showing the supremacy of the Supreme Court. For the next 17 years, it provided a strict interpretation of the contract laws. The majority decision stated, when a law is in its nature as a contract, when an absolute have vested under that contract, a repeal of that law cannot divest those rights.
All right. You hear that? John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt laid down the law, which dropped a whole lot of jaws. On a scale of 1 to fun, I'd give this case a solid 7, raining down from heaven. This case came to show that people's rights are going to start a whole lot of fights.
Big Johnny M gonna be taking his stand, going out and setting the laws of the land. His words of justice were heard all around, like Betty White traffic, we make it a sound.
Ruling was fair and even impartial, and that is how you slow jam John.